Hey everybody, Dan the Wolfman here. I got a little story telling for you today. Submission Underground SUG 19. I did not see it, but we're going to talk about the Brazilian tap, aka the Team Quest tap. Gonna tell you a little story about CHAEL SONNEN. Gonna talk about, did Dan the Wolfman make a successful, triumphant return to MMA.tv, the mixedmartialarts.com submission fighting underground forum? Did I make a triumphant return after 5 years? And guys, hopefully this isn't breaking, people like, you can't talk about training. Well, I do when it's years later. A guy doesn't have a fight coming up. It's not going to hurt him, or I'm also giving him props. But I got a little, some storytelling to talk to you about with CHAEL SONNEN, and also going back to, UFC 37. UFC 37. I don't have a nice studio like CHAEL or millions of dollars, but I was kind of the first guy to market myself, to get people talking, to have a nickname. Mark Coleman gave me props a couple years ago at Ryzen about that. Glad that it seems like he's doing well. And, first guy to have a nickname, have people talking, and, eventually you kind of pull a little bit of a gimmick, and eventually, guys like CHAEL SONNEN and Conor McGregor came around and made millions of dollars while I'm eating ramen noodles. But anyway, CHAEL SONNEN, I've trained with him quite a bit. What people don't know is years ago, I was actually supposed to fight him on his own event. He asked me to come fight him before CHAEL was a name, mind you. I was going to be the guy from, you could find it in Wayback Machine, WWE Tough Enough wrestler versus the real wrestler, basically. He was marketing that bad boy. Now, I think I called him 28 days out and said, I tore a muscle back here, which is true, while I was boxing a lot in Detroit. And I'm sorry, I can't make it. I can't make the date. I can't do the dance. Turns out at MFS later I tore this pec, so obviously things were indeed, messed up. And, I'm an honest person. There's my word. That's what happened. Anyway, guys, let's talk about the Brazilian tap, RDA. I'm not saying it really happened. I've trained with RDA quite a bit back in the day. Not directly, but I would do rounds on top when we were doing round robin rounds or ground and pound at Black House and at King's MMA and stuff like that. But out of all my years of grappling, guys, catch jiu-jitsu.com. Look at my 10 narrated videos. You want to judge me? Why don't you watch the proof of me rolling in my late 30s to 40 and a half against pro fighters around the world when I was a brown belt? An old guy with lupus. Check it out. Maybe I had some skills. Maybe I know some things. Smash that subscription button. Smash that thumbs up. Guys, CHAEL SONNEN, out of all the years of grappling, 24-ish years, guys, planetary alignment right now. Hopefully CHAEL doesn't hate this video, but it doesn't hurt anybody. It really doesn't. Out of all my years of grappling, the only time I can remember someone Brazilian tapping on me, or Team Quest tapping on me, to get out of a submission that was fully locked out, was against CHAEL SONNEN, ladies and gentlemen. And I say the Team Quest thing not in offense, guys, but because we're going to go back a little history to UFC 37. Matt Lindland versus Mario Bustamante. Now, my first UFC I went to was UFC 19, and the second was UFC 37.5. Yes, there was one, and I missed that by a 0.5. But Matt Lindland taking on Mario Bustamante, and got caught in a submission. And he tapped a little fakey tappy to get out. And the referee stops and, oh no, I didn't tap, man. And that is restarted only to get tapped out twice. So that relates to SUG 19, Cerrone versus RDA a bit. Did RDA really? I don't know. But there it is. I guess Cerrone believed him enough to have a go at it again. Listening to CHAEL's video, and since CHAEL is talking about it, I thought I could talk about this too. Now, I trained with CHAEL quite a bit, all grappling, gi grappling, and no gi grappling. The first time I ever rolled with him was, in fact, gi grappling, Gi Jiu-jitsu. I was a brown belt. He was a purple belt. We both since got our black belts, and you might want to look into that, how that relates to Mario Bustamante. But I have a video of that. You can watch me rolling with him. You can watch the long interview, over 20 minutes, I did at one of the first SUGs with CHAEL SONNEN, and I put the video of us rolling together at the end. Check out those videos. You might want to check it out. Now, that video, you can see how it goes, and that's the only footage I have going with him, but we've gone quite a bit, no gi rounds especially, but gi rounds, no gi rounds, from the feet, wrestling, etc. To piggyback back a little bit, CHAEL's, always been nice to me online, and then Bruce Buffer got me in, always been great to me, got me into one of the second opening of a UFC gym in California. And CHAEL, there was a little room, and then there was, within the little room, there was a clothed off VIP area. CHAEL says, hey, Dan, come on in here, takes me in there, goes, gets me food. I interviewed him on one of those little white flip camera thingies. It was before I started doing UFC interviews. I was there, I get CHAEL on camera there, had a fun little time with him. I said, CHAEL, who's a bigger attention whore, you or Dan the Wolfman? He says, Dan the Wolfman for sure. You can find that in some of my highlights somewhere, opening, closing of videos. Anyway, so, I get along with CHAEL pretty well. I don't know what he thinks of me. He was the biggest gangster with the biggest arms and biggest charms in Westland, Oregon, until a certain Wolfman lived there for a little while, training and getting skull surgery of weird cysts that develop in my skull. Because, again, I've got lupus, and, I might not be around that much longer. So, anyway, guys, smash the subscription button. The only person who ever did a Brazilian tap to me was CHAEL SONNEN. Now, to be fair to this man, must have been when we were first training, because this is when he was about 252. He's the biggest he's ever pretty much been in his life, and I was only 218 at the time, not the fat guy I am with COVID-19 84. So, anyway, guys, he did tap me, and what's interesting about that is he tapped me with a very catch wrestling move, a stockade from mount, and he was so strong. I was instantly worried. Again, I think this was when we were first, getting to know each other a bit better. I was worried about my neck. I think this might have been a little bit before I went in to get skull surgery, and I wasn't doing so good with a lot of symptoms and whatnot. I'm losing my stand. I'm so sorry, guys, but I'm on a roll, so I'm trying not to stop this yet. I like one-take wonders. So, yes, CHAEL SONNEN tapped me out, and that's why I think I can say this. Also, I got permission to put up the video of our first roll years ago, and then I was asked to take it down, not directly by CHAEL, for a little while, because people were giving him crap because he had his wedding ring on in the roll. The website went after him and all that. Anyway, and then I was told I could put it back up. So, you can watch what happened there. And again, guys, CHAEL's very good. CHAEL, on our feet, sometimes I could defend his takedowns. I couldn't take him down. Sometimes I could defend a few of his takedown attempts. And, sometimes he would get me with a running blast double. So CHAEL, better wrestler than me, and CHAEL also has an amazingly strong mount. His mount, like Hickson Gracie, his big old thick wonder thighs clamp down on you, and he curls over, and like CHAEL has a great mount, and you can see that in his fight versus Vanderlei Silva, not the first one in Brazil, when CHAEL said, I can't let you get close to me in double leg. No, not that one, but the official one in Bellator. So anyway, guys, another time, years later, I think a good while later, I think I'd already moved to Japan, did color commentating, Pancrase 270 to 276, came back, was getting surgery, I don't know the timeline, but years later, when our weights were pretty much reversed, now I'm the bigger guy, probably I think 234 or so. CHAEL's down at 220 because he's going to fight at 205, I think. But anyway, he's dominating on top. And towards the end of the round, I think I'm in half guard, and I think I roll under, like in my learn the 4 entries to knee bar video. Brazilian accent girl got. Anyway, but I did it from the ground. He wasn't standing above me, but I think I managed to roll under, and I got a fully locked out knee bar. I got a fully knocked out knee bar, and I feel a tappity, and I let go. And he keeps squashing me. He goes to get more position. He doesn't stop. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm like, what the F's? I never knew where I was stood with Chael. What the F's going on? And another 30 seconds or so probably go on, and the round ends. I'm so confused. I'm like, what just happened? No reset, no acknowledgement, just the tap, and then just kept going. No, didn't let off the pressure. In fact, used the opportunity to jump on me. I don't know if it was a team cast wrestler thing. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I don't know if Chael's going to admit this, but as soon as the round ends, he goes, Dan, I want to thank you. A lot of guys would have taken liberties. Liberties was the word he used. A lot of guys would have taken liberties with that. I think he said, or implied, like on a named fighter, right? A lot of guys would have taken liberty with that. Thanks for not cranking that. So he acknowledged the submission. He acknowledged I had the submission. I'm wondering if you guys sub to my page, give this old guy a little bit of love, and ask Chael directly, is Chael going to remember? Is Chael going to admit it and do me a solid? Is that a technique to do the fake old Brazilian tap? It used to be the Brazilian rope escape when they fought in Vale Tudo IFCs and would roll out from under the ropes to escape takedowns, getting their butt grounded and pounded. But will you admit it, or will you make up an amazing story? I haven't talked to Chael in a long time. For a while, he responded to me on Twitter. I hate that Twitter run by that, pedophile, satanic dude. But he responded to me a bit. I always thought we were cool. I don't know. Seems like I get left behind. But, where did Chael come up with his gimmick? And where did guys start having their nicknames? I don't know. I saw Coleman for the first time a couple years ago at Ryzen in Japan New Year's, and he talked to him for an hour backstage in Heath area, and Coleman gave me all the props. It's like, you were like the first guy that was getting people to pay attention and talk online. In fact, people are still talking about me, huh? People are still talking about me so much that I checked the underground forum, those piece of shit moderators that did really nasty stuff, pretended to be me and actually copy and pasted something from the underground forum unrelated to Naderhood on the OG forum to cause drama as if it was from me. Yes, that's how bad it got. And even now I come back and a moderator's attacking me and all that, but I think I'm doing pretty good. We'll see if I stay on there. I just wanted to bring some holiday joy. I hate the holidays. A lot of people hate the holidays. Really stressful. 2020 has sucked. A lot's going on. And if it stops one bastard from drunk driving or killing himself, I'll stay for a few days. Will I stay after Christmas? I don't know. But I wanted to give some entertainment and joy. I think the Wolfman has always given good entertainment and joy. Back when Chael and Dana and all those guys were on the underground forum, which I was on back in the 90s, it was good times. We could actually talk to the fighters before all the trolls and the mods did their BS and drove people off. It was a good time. Maybe Chael will stop by the Mixed Martial Arts Underground Forum and come say hello. Chael, I don't think it matters, but I do think we're 1-1 in taps. Absolutely, I think we're 1-1 in taps. Could he usually dominate position? Yeah. Could I defend, I don't know, a good amount of takedowns? Yeah. Did I ever take you down? No. Did you blast double me a few times? Yeah. Were we supposed to fight back in the day? Did I think I had a chance? I thought I had a chance. I thought, yeah, I'm a realistic guy. He'll probably decision me in a cage. But I was really doing a lot of boxing down on 6 Mile in Detroit, and his striking had not developed quite a bit at that time. I thought I would have a decent chance to get it, but I really tore my stuff. And the Chael was super nice, even though I used that flight. Maybe he holds that against me because I couldn't return it. I really tried. The flight that I was supposed to go to, I used that flight to go out to the Pride tryouts, which got me to Japan because the universe works in mysterious ways. When I then fought Sakuraba's prodigy, who fights in the UFC, Sato, for 1 hour straight without knowing what the heck was going on. When Takata said trying these gloves, oh, do light sparring, no groin protector, no shin pads, and boom, the guy left high kicks me in the head, full blast, and then they keep saying round after round after round, but they, Wolfman lighten up on ground and pound when I kept getting on top in his half guard. They wouldn't let me finish the dude, but it was basically, people laugh, an 85% real fight. So the world works in mysterious ways. Chael's rich, he's famous. It kind of worked out pretty well for him when he decided, he finally figured out that being a 50-50 fighter, 500 fighter, if he opened his mouth, it worked out. So it worked out for Chael, it worked out for Conor, and guys, listen to Chael, learn to market themselves a bit better. It's too bad UFC doesn't know how to friggin' market people. You got Amanda Nunes, the best GOAT, the GOAT in MMA is Amanda Nunes, and these MFers never even put her in that discussion. They never promoted her. They didn't even, WME didn't even know her name. Oh, the girl is going to lose to Ronda Rousey. She has finished more champions and top name fighters, most in the first round, than anybody else, Amanda Nunes. I talked to her. This last time I saw Chael was UFC Atlanta. I went with Paul Varlins. I don't have any updates. I hope he's okay. I mean, it sounded like he's on induced coma ventilator. Big 6'8", overweight, heavy, older guy. I hope he does well, but I went with him. We had a blast other than the asshole security guards at UFC. Had gotten in my face a day earlier, got in my face doing nothing wrong, standing at the, trying to say hi, wasn't even in the aisle way. Get back in! And Paul was ready to throw down, and we would have kicked these. UFC, you got some shitty ass security. I should be head of security. Danny, you want to give me that job? You promised when we used to talk on your cell phone back in the day. Please help this guy out. Please, give me a job that you promised when I helped make sure Tank Abbott was in somewhat decent shape for his UFC 41 comeback. Guys, I've sparred everyone. How about showing me respect? I've sparred everyone. And I got proof in my late 30s. But, back in I sparred at 600 to 700 UFC Bellator, Ryzen, Deep, Dream, Pancrase, Pride Never Die. Guys that fought in Strike Force, guys that fought in those events, probably 600 to 700 I've sparred over the years. And then watch my 10 narrated submission grappling highlights. Is that catch wrestling real? Is Dan any good? You want to learn how to mix catch wrestling with your jiu-jitsu? Look at my 10 narrated as I talk you through the weird transitions and the biomechanics and breaking stuff that I do. You want to learn? There. Is some of it unorthodox? Yeah, I tell you, I teach you. 10 narrated submission grappling highlights as I went around the world with pro fighters at gyms in Japan and Korea and America and Northwest and all over the place. And look at me versus 30 MMA fighters, 30 top UFC MMA fighters, 12 of them were UFC vets, some black belts and whatnot. I wasn't the best, but I was pretty good. And Chael, Submission Underground, you missed out. I asked you to it. I did a video calling out for Quintet Minowaman. You could have done catch wrestling versus catch wrestling, Dan the Wolfman versus Minowaman. You could have done that in Submission Underground before I got too friggin' old. You could have done Dan the Wolfman versus Satoshi Iishi. Because I've rolled with Satoshi Iishi at Gokars 2 weeks before he fought Fedor Emelianenko. I rolled with him at Highest on Grappling, and I like this guy. And he wears catch shirts, and he's there in Croatia or whatever he's doing. Hasn't really used his judo a whole lot. Judo Olympic gold medalist. I also rolled with Makoto Takimoto back in the day as well. Gold medalist, judo Olympian. Chael, judo's all right. You just got to learn to adapt to Nogi, like Carl Parisian, Gokar, Manny Gambirian, all the guys that taught Ronda Rousey. She never gave Highest on any love. I don't know why. That's where she was training since she was 14, 15 years old. But anyway, guys, Chael, you're going to give me a little love. You're going to let me post this. Are you going to respond? Are you finally going to respond? Are you finally going to go, he wasn't the best guy, but Dan knew some stuff. I taught you a couple catch wrestling techniques, the old catch wrestling. He said, Dan, show me that again when I was teaching class, pro fighter class. What was that I missed? You came in late. Yeah, what was that catch wrestling, old catch wrestling key lock? Satoshi Iishi had a video on the new Kimura. All these Brazilian guys came out with the new Kimura. Guys, that's a catch wrestling old key lock. I'm the guy who put in all these videos. I'm the guy that did front headlock before front headlock system was a thing, before systemizing things were a thing. I'm the guy who put that together back in 2015. I got them all for free on my playlist, guys. I got like 45 1-hour compilation videos on each position in grappling. Stuff that guys ignored. How to submit a guy when you're in top half guard. Hot front headlock system. Side turtles. Top turtle system. Now, I ain't saying DDS hasn't expanded on that quite a bit since then. But I was ahead of my time, like talking about calf kicks back in 2012. Just give me a little bit of respect. That's all I'm talking about. CHAEL, could you give me a little bit of love? God knows my life's hard enough and a bit depressing enough. God knows I could use you guys to smash that subscription and the thumbs up button, because I talk a little bit of truth. And YouTube screws me on the algorithm. So, there's that. You missed out on DanTheWolfman versus Minowaman, I think. That could have happened. I talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him. He's like down for it up to the promoters. Could have been me versus Satoshi Iishi. Now he'd probably kill me, but I don't know. Maybe I could get back in a little bit of shape. I need to before all this and blood pressure and kidneys go on me. CHAEL, show Wolfman some love. Throw me a tweet. Throw me a video. Mention my name. You talk about catch wrestling. Did you ever mention my name? I don't know. I mean, I got 4 black belts. The third is from Gokor Shevichin and Judo Gene LaBelle. That's got to mean something. My 4th black belt in BJJ. That has to mean something. I got footage going with good guys. A lot of pro fighters, including CHAEL. That has to mean something, doesn't it? I would just like a little bit of love and respect. What about respect? What happened to respect? You anonymous fucking trolls. You get punched in the face. I'm old school NHB. You guys that think you grapple now, I'll headbutt the crap out of you. You can't strike, you have no takedowns. If this were real, I'd go more Coleman on your ass. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed my little story. CHAEL, why did you fake tap me? Why didn't you just restart? You've dominated me before a bit. You've mounted me before a few times. That you got one of the best mounts I've ever felt. I've given you props and the best guys I've rolled with, the best fighters I've sparred, the best Ask Wolfie videos I did. I've given you props. Sometimes your lipstick's a little too much on video. You tweeted back. I don't know if you liked it or not. They're throwing that lipstick on you a little heavy on ESPN, but that's the way ESPN goes, isn't it? So, guys, hope you enjoyed the stories. Let me know if you want more like this. I don't know if anyone will watch this, but anyway, guys, you know who it is. Show some love. Happy holidays. Keep on keeping on. Kaboom.